Have you ever caught yourself watching an elderly loved one and thinking, "Oh, that's just normal aging," only to feel a knot in your stomach later when you realize those little changes weren't so normal after all? Maybe it was a subtle loss of appetite, or the way they started moving a little slower, or even how they seemed less interested in the things they once loved. What if I told you that these tiny, almost invisible signs aren't just random? They're clues, powerful signals your loved one's body is sending about how long they might live after 70. And what if knowing these signs could actually help you make their final years safer, more comfortable, and full of dignity? This isn't just another list of health tips. This is about recognizing the quiet whispers your family's elders are giving you, whispers that, if missed, could mean missing out on precious time or opportunities to improve their quality of life. Imagine being able to spot these signs early, giving you the chance to step in, to care smarter, and to make every moment count. Because when it comes to those you love, time feels both endless and alarmingly short all at once. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you 7 scientifically proven signs that have been quietly predicting longevity in people over 70 for decades. These aren't obvious like a broken bone or a big illness. They're subtle, often overlooked, yet incredibly telling. Some might surprise you, others may hit close to home, but each one carries the power to change how you see aging and how you care for those you cherish most. So if you're someone who wants to make a real difference in the lives of your elderly family or friends, or if you've ever felt unsure about what to watch for or how to help, this video is made for you. Stick with me till the end, because what you'll learn could be the key to unlocking better care, more peace of mind, and a deeper connection with your loved ones as they age. If you're ready to stand strong and be the guide your family needs, comment, "I'm here" below right now. And don't forget to hit subscribe for more honest, heartfelt advice from elder strength and guidance. Let's get started. Number 1. Unintentional weight loss. Imagine your grandfather, someone who's always had a healthy appetite and enjoyed his meals, suddenly starting to lose weight without even trying. At first, you might think, "Oh, he's just not as hungry as before." Or maybe that's just part of getting older. But what if this unintentional weight loss is actually a red flag? A hidden sign that something more serious is going on beneath the surface? You see, research has shown that when older adults lose weight unintentionally, it often points to muscle loss, which we call sarcopenia. This isn't just about looking thinner, it means their strength and balance are declining. It can also be a sign of malnutrition or even more serious conditions like cancer or organ failure. These changes can dramatically affect how long they live and their quality of life in those later years. A lot of families brush this off as just normal aging, thinking, "They're older now, so it makes sense they eat less." But ignoring this sign can delay important medical evaluations and interventions that might improve or even save their life. It's not about forcing meals or pushing food. It's about paying attention and understanding that this change is a call for care, not just a phase to wait out. So what can you do? Instead of insisting on large meals, try offering smaller, nutrient-rich snacks throughout the day. Foods packed with protein and vitamins can help maintain muscle and energy levels. And most importantly, encourage regular medical checkups to catch any underlying health problems early on. Weight loss is just one piece of the puzzle, and there are other signs that might be even less obvious but just as critical. Up next, we'll look at a surprising indicator related to how your loved one moves, something that could tell you a lot about their health and longevity. Number 2, declining mobility or gait changes. Now, think about this. You notice your loved one, maybe your mom or dad, starting to walk slower than usual. Their steps aren't as confident. Sometimes they shuffle their feet, or they seem hesitant, like they're afraid of falling. At first glance, it might not seem like a big deal, just a natural part of aging, right? But this change in how someone moves actually carries a lot of meaning beneath the surface. Science has shown that the speed and style of a person's gait, how they walk, is a powerful predictor of their overall health and even their lifespan. When an older adult's walking speed slows down, it's often because their muscles are weakening or because their nervous system isn't sending signals as effectively as before. This decline isn't just about balance. It affects their ability to recover from injuries, their independence, and sadly, it's linked to a higher risk of mortality. A common mistake families make is to chalk this up to just getting old or losing a bit of pep with age. But the truth is, when you see your loved one struggling with mobility, it's a warning sign, a red flag, that their body needs attention and support. It could point to conditions like arthritis, neurological diseases like Parkinson's, or simply muscle atrophy from inactivity. So what can you do to help? Encouraging simple balance exercises or gentle physical therapy can make a huge difference. Even small daily movements like standing up and sitting down slowly or walking short distances with support can strengthen muscles and improve stability. The goal isn't to rush recovery, but to maintain as much independence and safety as possible. And this isn't the only type of change to watch for. After mobility, the next sign has to do with what's happening in the mind, the mental and cognitive shifts that are just as important to recognize early. Let's explore that next. Number 3, cognitive decline or memory problems. Now, let's talk about something many of us have probably noticed or feared, the slow creeping forgetfulness that comes with age. Maybe your loved one struggles to remember familiar names, forgets recent conversations, or gets confused about dates and events they used to know like the back of their hand. These moments can be frustrating, not just for them but for everyone around them. You might catch yourself feeling worried or even helpless, wondering if it's just normal aging or something more serious. Here's the thing, mild cognitive impairment, which is what doctors call those early memory and thinking problems, doesn't just happen for no reason. It can actually be the first step before dementia sets in. And when it's left unchecked or unaddressed, it can affect how long someone lives and the quality of those years. The brain is incredibly complex, but it also needs care and attention, just like the rest of the body. A lot of families write off these changes as senior moments, jokingly blaming forgetfulness on age. But the truth is, early detection of cognitive decline is critical. Catching these signs early can open the door to treatments, lifestyle changes, and support systems that can slow down the progression and improve daily life. It's not just about memory. It's about preserving independence and dignity. So what can you do? Keeping the mind active is one of the best defenses. Encourage your loved one to engage in puzzles, reading, or even learning something new. Social interaction is just as important. Regular conversations, visits with friends, or group activities can stimulate the brain and keep it sharp. And of course, don't hesitate to seek professional medical advice if you notice worrying signs. Sometimes, simple tests can identify issues that can be managed or treated. Now that we've covered the mind, let's turn to something you'll definitely notice day to day: their energy levels. The fourth sign we'll talk about is persistent fatigue or low energy, and it's something many families overlook but shouldn't. If you're still watching and like what you're learning, please type number 3 in the comments to show you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us make more good videos for you. Now let's dive in. Number 4, persistent fatigue or low energy. Think about your loved one. Someone who used to be active, maybe even energetic, now seeming tired all the time. They might nap more during the day, lose interest in activities they once enjoyed, or just move through their days slowly, as if they're carrying an invisible weight. At first, you might tell yourself, they're just getting older, and this is normal. But persistent fatigue isn't something to dismiss lightly. Science shows that chronic tiredness in older adults can be a sign of serious underlying issues. It might mean their heart or lungs aren't working as well as they should, leading to less oxygen in the body and that heavy exhaustion. It could also point to anemia, where there aren't enough red blood cells to carry oxygen, or even depression, which often goes unnoticed but deeply affects energy and motivation. Fatigue isn't just a mood or personality change. It's a signal that the body needs help. A common misconception is to think that this tiredness means your loved one is lazy or just slowing down because of age. But this can be dangerous because it leads to overlooking a health issue that, if caught early, can be managed or treated. Fatigue can reduce their ability to stay independent, increase the risk of falls, and seriously impact their quality of life. So what can you do? Encourage them to rest when they need it, but also make sure they're getting balanced nutrition to fuel their body. Foods rich in iron and vitamins can combat anemia, and gentle physical activity can sometimes boost energy levels. Most importantly, regular checkups with their doctor can help identify the root cause of fatigue, whether it's physical or emotional, so they get the right care. Now, moving on from energy levels, the next sign is something you might not immediately connect with health but is just as important: changes in appetite or eating habits. Let's explore why that matters. Number 5. Loss of appetite or changes in eating habits. Now, picture this. Your loved one, who once eagerly looked forward to their favorite meals, suddenly loses interest in food. They push their plate away, say they're not hungry, or even complain about tastes and smells that used to bring them joy. It's confusing and worrying, especially when you see them skipping meals or eating far less than before. At first, it might seem like just a phase or a simple loss of appetite, but this change can carry a lot more weight than you realize. Science tells us that a reduced appetite in older adults can signal underlying metabolic or digestive problems. As the body ages, the digestive system slows down, and changes in hormones and senses, like taste and smell, can make food less appealing. But beyond that, it could be a sign of chronic illnesses, medication side effects, or even depression. When someone eats less, their body loses the nutrients it needs to stay strong, heal, and fight off illness. This loss of appetite can become a dangerous cycle leading to weakness, weight loss, and further health decline. A common mistake families make is to push food aggressively, insisting their loved one eat more or finish their plate. While the intention is good, this can backfire, making mealtime stressful and sometimes causing resistance or nausea. Forcing food doesn't address the underlying causes and might even worsen the situation. So, what's the best approach? Offering small, frequent meals or snacks that are nutrient-dense can be more manageable for your loved one. Think about foods that are easy to chew and digest, packed with proteins and vitamins. It's also important to monitor their eating habits closely, keeping an eye out for ongoing changes or sudden drops in intake, and to keep in touch with healthcare providers who can help identify and treat the causes. Now, from physical signs to emotional ones, our sixth sign is a powerful indicator you might not expect, but it speaks volumes about your loved one's well-being. Let's talk about social withdrawal and why it matters so much. Number 6. Increased social withdrawal. Have you ever noticed your loved one slowly pulling away? Maybe they used to look forward to family dinners, friendly chats, or community gatherings, but now they start skipping these events. Perhaps they decline invitations more often or retreat to their room, choosing solitude over company. It might seem like they're just becoming more private or enjoying their alone time, but this quiet withdrawal can be a lot more significant than it appears on the surface. Scientific studies have shown that social isolation in older adults isn't just about loneliness. It's closely linked to serious health issues. When someone withdraws from social interaction, they become more vulnerable to depression, their cognitive abilities can decline faster, and unfortunately, research connects isolation to higher risks of mortality. Our brains and bodies thrive on connection, and when that's missing, it affects everything from mental health to physical well-being. It's easy for families to think, they just prefer to be alone now, or that's how they've always been. But this distancing is often a red flag that something isn't right. Could be a sign of depression, fear of being a burden, or even early signs of cognitive decline. Ignoring this withdrawal might mean missing an opportunity to offer support when it's most needed. What can you do? Encouraging gentle social interaction is key. It doesn't have to be big or overwhelming. Sometimes just a simple phone call, a short visit, or sitting together quietly can make a difference. Companionship, whether from family, friends, or even pet therapy, can help bring back a sense of belonging and purpose. The goal is to make your loved one feel seen, valued, and connected without pressure or judgment. And now, the final sign, the seventh one, is something many don't expect but is just as telling. It involves something as simple and everyday as sleep, but changes here can reveal a lot about your loved one's health. Let's get into that. If you're still watching and like what you're learning, please type number 6 in the comments to show you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us make more good videos for you. Now, let's continue. Number 7. Changes in sleep patterns. Finally, let's talk about something that happens every single day but often slips under the radar when we think about health: sleep. Maybe you've noticed your loved one waking up several times during the night, struggling to fall back asleep, or maybe they're sleeping far more than usual, spending hours in bed and still feeling tired. These changes might seem like just part of getting older, something to accept and move on from. But disrupted sleep is much more than an inconvenience. It's a powerful signal about their overall health. Science has shown that poor sleep quality in older adults isn't just about feeling groggy the next day. It directly impacts heart health, increasing risks for conditions like high blood pressure and heart disease. It also affects cognitive functions, memory, attention, and decision-making, all critical for maintaining independence. And beyond that, chronic sleep problems can sap vitality, making everyday tasks harder and lowering the immune system's ability to fight illness. Many families tend to overlook sleep issues, assuming that waking up at night or sleeping differently is just normal aging. But this attitude can be dangerous because untreated sleep disturbances can worsen other health problems and reduce quality of life. It's important to recognize when sleep patterns have changed significantly and take them seriously. So what can you do? Helping your loved one maintain a calming bedtime routine can work wonders. Simple things like turning off screens an hour before bed, keeping the bedroom quiet and dark, or establishing a consistent sleep schedule can improve sleep quality. If sleep problems persist, consulting healthcare professionals is crucial. They can identify underlying issues like sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, or medication side effects and suggest appropriate treatments. Now that we've covered these 7 important signs, it's time to look at what all of this means. Not just physically, but emotionally, for you and your family. Watching these signs appear in someone you love, it's one of the hardest things to face. Can feel like watching time slip away, piece by piece. You might find yourself overwhelmed with sadness, maybe even guilt or frustration, because accepting that they're changing isn't easy. The person you've always known, the one full of energy, stories, and laughter, is slowly transforming, and that can leave you feeling helpless. These moments pull at your heart, reminding you of the fragility of life and the deep love you hold for them. But here's the important truth. Understanding these signs doesn't have to fill you with fear. Instead, it gives you power, the power to act with intention, compassion, and clarity. It turns that fear into something much stronger, love-driven preparedness. When you know what to look for, you're not just waiting for the worst to happen. You're stepping forward with the tools to make their lives better, safer, and filled with dignity. This knowledge arms you to advocate for their health, comfort, and happiness every single day. If you've noticed any of these signs in your loved one, don't wait. Take a moment today to reach out. Whether it's a simple conversation, helping with a doctor's appointment, or just sitting quietly by their side, your presence and support matter more than you might realize. And consulting healthcare professionals can open doors to treatments or lifestyle changes that can make a real difference. Remember, aging is a journey filled with challenges. Yes, but it's also a time where love, patience, and awareness shine brightest. With your care and attention, your loved one's final years can still be rich with meaning, comfort, and connection. There is hope in every step you take together. To quickly recap, the 7 important signs we talked about today are unintentional weight loss, declining mobility, or changes in how your loved one walks, early signs of cognitive decline, persistent fatigue, changes in appetite, increased social withdrawal, and shifts in sleep patterns. Each of these may seem small on their own, but together, they paint a clearer picture of your loved one's health and potential longevity. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you noticed any of these signs in your elderly family members or friends? Maybe you've faced some of these challenges firsthand, or perhaps you have questions about what to look for or how to help. Please share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. This community is here to support each other, and your story could be just what someone else needs to hear today. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like it and subscribe to Elder Strength and Guidance. We're dedicated to bringing you thoughtful, practical advice that helps you care for your loved ones with confidence and compassion. Subscribing means you won't miss out on future videos that can make a real difference. Thank you so much for watching. Stay strong, stay informed, and know that you're not alone on this journey. I'll see you in the next video.